I matched with a gorgeous girl on Bumble a couple of months ago. I've never been into dating apps, but sometimes when you just get bored, you just swipe, leave it at matches. The thing about Bumble is that the girls text you first, so most of the times they just drop a hi or a occasional dog person, cat person question or a beach lover, mountain lover thing. But Maya was different. She texted me, "You want to hear a cool story?" Now I'm a storyteller, so I'm always looking for stories. She must have seen the word novelist in my bio. So led with an inquisitive question, and I responded to it. We just texted sporadically for about a month. Just normal conversations, occasional flirting. She had an affable vibe to her. She was just enchanting, to be honest. We talked about basic things. I told her about my writing, my novels, Quora, everything. And she mentioned about her boring job at an ad agency and her pet dog named Lela and the fact that she sleeps every night at 9:30 p.m. as a rule. In that month's time, it was obvious that we both liked each other. Another thing was obvious that we never touched upon the topic of past relationships. There seemed to be too much bad blood in both our histories. It was just out of curiosity that I had texted her, but in just a month's time, I had fallen for her. So I decided to ask her out. That is when she mentioned that her boyfriend of 3 years passed away 7 months ago. So she wasn't sure if she was ready to date again. Um, I'll be honest, I froze for a while and I did not see that coming. But we finally talked it out. I told her I understood, and we finally agreed on meeting just for a simple dinner. That was it. Maya was unbelievable. She had these long curly hair falling down all the way till her waist and this impeccable dress sense and eyes as dark as the still sea under a moonless night. She was so polite and genuine and she would just watch me talk all along. I'm the shy one. I barely talk and yet I was the one doing like 90% of the conversation on the date. Though everything was perfect, I could sense that there was something wrong. I asked her if everything was alright, and she said that the environment, the restaurant was too fancy for her. She told me that earlier she used to go to dates at her favorite dosa joint, and then she and her boyfriend would just sit at the Juhu beach, and then maybe they would just drive away into the night. I know that I suck at picking up places for a date, so I told her to just get up and we would go to her favorite dosa joint and then sit at the Juhu beach and then drive away. And I promised to drop her home before her sleeping time, before 9:30 p.m. I remember the rule. Um, Reluctantly, she agreed. So that is what we did. We had dosas at her favorite dosa joint. I could just see her devour three Mysore masala dosas at a go. We then sat on the cold beach sand of Juhu Beach just as it was about to get dark, as we stared into the dark waters of the Arabian Sea crashing at our feet. Um, Later on, we just drove into the night. I remember this vividly. We were stopped at a red signal and we were just looking each other in the eyes, and there was this silence that was doing all the talking, and it was just a perfect moment. That is when she spoke again. She mentioned that it was a car accident. Um, Her late boyfriend had a head on collision with a truck and he passed away on the spot. Um, he had an argument with her and he was driving rash and that he was drunk, and she was so angry that she wouldn't even look at him. Um, she mentioned that all these months she had tried so hard to forget him, to forget his face, to forget his smile, his voice, and yet she could still hear him screaming her name in his last moments as he collided with the truck. Suddenly, there was silence again. I just couldn't look her in the eyes. I looked at the traffic light ahead, her words still ringing in my ears, and these were some of the most real emotions I've felt on a first date. But something was off about what she said. How how could she know that he was yelling out her name when he crashed his car into the truck? I turned my face back towards her only to see emptiness. She was gone, vanished into the thin air, just like that. And just when I could try to make any sense of what had happened, the traffic lights turned green, and before I knew, I could see these big yellow lights of a truck, these blinding lights heading in my direction. After that, it was just blackness. Hey guys, this is Divyansh. I hope you enjoyed that story. That was just a story. I did not date a ghost and I'm not dead. If you liked it, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, do follow the Insta handle, and share it around on your Insta stories or DM it to your friends. Just spread the word, whichever way you can. Many more stories coming up in future, so look around the space and enjoy. Bye.